our second episode of Hoop, Heart and Soul. We're really excited for this one. This week's episode is on having a purpose-driven life.
Yeah.
And of course, at the end of the episode, we are going to announce the winner of the Mother City Hoop Convention full day pass ticket.
Super exciting.
Yeah. So stay connected with us until the end, and we really hope that you enjoy the show. So last week I mentioned that I enrolled in B School, which is business school, and I spoke about it being a really different kind of course because it was about being purpose-driven in your business. And I just wanted to talk a little bit more about what that actually means. Like, what does it mean to be purpose-driven in your life and in business? So we're going to run things a little bit differently to last week. And I am going to be posing questions to Basil, and he is going to answer them. If you feel at any time that you would like to join in and answer the questions for yourself, feel free to post in the comments. We would love to hear from you. And don't worry if you come in halfway through, that's fine. Okay, so why I felt like it was really important to talk to you about being purpose-driven is that I believe that the hoop or hoop dance awoke in me the search for my purpose. Okay, and to be clear, I don't necessarily mean that hoop dance is my life purpose, which might be a surprise for a lot of you. It's just that it forms a really huge part of what I am in the process of discovering. And I'm very definitely in a process. So, okay, I'm going to start with a quote by a man called David Viscott. He has a business called Addicted to Success. And he says, "The purpose of life is to discover your gift. And the meaning of life is to give your gift away."
That's so powerful.
Yeah, I thought it was a really powerful quote as well. Because so often we go, yeah, I found my purpose. Now what?
Yeah.
And yeah, I really liked it and it really resonated with me. We'll post it in the comments as well. So the first question, it's actually a 3-part question. So listen carefully, just in case you can think about these questions for yourself as well. So Basil, 3 parts. Have you discovered your gift yet? In the past, did you think that you had discovered your gift? And based on all of that, do you think that your gift can change over time?
So part 1 and part 2 are kind of melded together in what I'm about to say. From early on in my childhood, I loved English, right? So I never had to study for it, anything like that. Always just got fantastic marks, and that was it, you know. And I would write stories, and they would always be well received, and everyone would really like them. And so by the time I was like 15 or 16, I knew that like I can write a novel. I want to write a novel, and I wanted to do this thing, you know. What was interesting about it was that although I had found my purpose in being a writer, was that I never actually took to it. I never actually got it done to this day. Having tried more recently, I just found that my life is a little bit too busy to actually tackle that sort of thing now. And I think the reason for that is because of exactly David Viscott's quote. And he says, the purpose of life is finding, the meaning of...
The purpose of life is to discover your gift, and the meaning is to give it away.
And the meaning is to give it away. And I think one of my big realizations is that, whatever I wrote, I didn't want to give away. I held it so close, and I still have that problem now. And it's a huge barrier for me to overcome.
I think a lot of us do that. Just in general, we become I think there's this fear that by giving it away that we lose our power, but in actual fact, by holding on to it, there is no power.
Yeah, and it's strange that way, because I'm 32 going on 33, and only now sort of cottoning on to the fact that, the more you share what you know, and the more you share what you're passionate about, the more wealthy you feel. Did I answer that first question?
Yeah, well, so in the past, you basically said in the past you felt that your gift was to be a writer, right?
So can my gift change over time? And most definitely, because what I'm realizing more and more now, and especially this happened through Hoop Dance, is that I'm a good teacher, and I really enjoy teaching. And teaching actually, it gives me oomph, and I've taught other things here and there, very, very briefly at times, but when I have, I've always felt nourished.
I think that's a really important thing to highlight, because if you are doing your life's purpose, it should nourish you, right? It should energize you. You shouldn't be feeling like, oh my God, why do I have to get up and do this?
Yeah.
It shouldn't really be a huge effort.
And I think therein that answers the third one of can your gift change over time, So when I was 16 to 25 and 28, I was like, my gift is my talent in writing, and that's what it is, And over the last 5 years, suddenly I've gone like, hey, I've got another gift too, and that's that's really cool.
So, if I were to answer those questions, I think I have a very similar story, and it's really that I don't think that I've pinpointed my gift exactly, but I'm definitely on the path to defining it more clearly, and I feel that it's really comprised of different elements of things that I thought were my gift in the past. And it actually does all revolve around teaching. So, for example, I thought my gift was working with children with barriers. And then I thought it was to be a kindergarten teacher. I really, really loved doing that. And then I thought it was teaching teachers in early childhood education.
Welcome, Vaughan.
And then I thought it was working with children in the flow arts. And then I thought that it was teaching hoop dance up until really recently. And the truth is that actually it's none of these and it's all of them. And that I really think that our perception of our gift changes over time, but the underlying essence, or the underlying God-given gift, if you want to put it that way, remains the same. And it just shows itself in different forms at different parts of your life, depending on where you are in your journey. So, question 2. What does living a purpose-driven life mean to you?
So I think every Hoop Heart Soul, we will, Sandy might have notes, I might have notes, but we will have gone through a little bit of what we're talking about beforehand. And she asked me this question before, and I couldn't answer it. And so just give me the question again. It's got to like settle in.
It was a really hard question, to be honest, even when I posed it to myself. So what does living a purpose-driven life mean to you? It's also okay if you don't have an answer.
Yeah, I don't think I have really a direct answer, but the first thing that came to my head was just having that sort of feeling of kind of like what I said earlier, feeling nourished. So when I even when I do something as simple as make a hoop for a beginner or make a hoop for a friend as a gift or something like that, I'm making that hoop and I'm not just going another one, put it out. Every time I make that, I've got to make sure it's of the highest quality and not for that person, but for myself. Because if I give a product, if I am selling or providing someone a product that I wouldn't enjoy, that definitely means that they're not going to enjoy it.
So it's the end. It's not the end product, but it's the end result that the customer gets, right? And that's the purpose behind it.
Yeah.
And I kind of said the same thing. It's not really about what you do; it's why you do it, right? Like anything, it relates to anything in life, and the why must feed my soul, right? My soul must be feeling nourished, like you said, and I don't want to wake up in the morning and say, I want to make, or I need to make hula hoops because I need to survive, and I don't know what else to do. Because that kind of why is soul sucking. I want to wake up in the morning and say, I want to make hula hoops because it makes people smile. A beautiful hoop encourages people to get their body moving, and it encourages them to be a kid again, and it encourages them to laugh out loud. That's why I want to make a hoop, right? And that's why I want my hoops to be beautiful, because I really want people to go, wow, that's a beautiful hoop. I want to pick it up and I want to jam in it, And that feeds my soul. So when the why to my what is soul sucking, then I also know I need to move on and try something else, which I have. That's what I've done in my life. Every time I've reached a point where I've gone, I really thought this was my life's purpose, but I'm feeling so miserable, I'm drained, and all of that kind of stuff. I've left. I've packed up and I've gone, this isn't for me anymore, much to the dismay of people around me. They're like, where are you going? You don't have another job, what are your plans? And my thoughts are, I can't be here anymore. It's not where I'm meant to be. Okay. So, question number 3. Do you think that having a purpose-driven life is directly related to having a purpose-driven business or job? And do you think it also applies to hooping?
Absolutely. I think I've kind of answered that. Kind of answered that question already. At least in the hooping and in the hooping and business side. Without any of the things that I have right now. So I work a 9 to 5. I then come home and do hooping stuff, or do stuff for Hoop for Love, and then as well as having Sandy or family time. And that, what I've realized is that I have to be really, really driven to continue with that momentum, you know, and keep that sort of energy up and keep positive energy around that. So having an end goal, not even an end goal, but having the ability to say that I'm doing this because I love doing this, really helps with that energy. Yeah.
I think when it feeds your soul, it feeds your family, right? So it's like Vaughan was saying, you can't wait till the baby comes and adds even more purpose. And the thing is, it already has added a lot more purpose behind what we do. Just the knowledge that he's on his way, you know.
Yeah.
Which is really, really amazing. And I want to say that we spend, I wrote here 90%, but I actually don't know what the percentage of time is. But we spend a huge amount of our times in our jobs, in our businesses. And they are part of our lives. They are our lives, you know. So it's really, really important, I think, that your purpose is in your job or in your business is aligned with your purpose in your life. It has to be one and the same thing. Otherwise, you're going to be pulled in two different directions. That's for me anyway. That's kind of what it feels like. And then when it comes to hooping, I think that you need a lot of people hoop. Everyone hoops for different reasons, right? And some people hoop because they really want to get up on stage and shine their light and make people smile and whoop and clap, and they really love that, and that is their purpose for hooping. Other people hoop because it calms them down and it relaxes them. Other people hoop because they love the challenge. You got to figure out why you hoop. And don't compare yourself to others, because that is completely detrimental in every aspect. So yeah, I mean, I think that when I hoop, if I hoop for the sake of hooping for work's sakes, I don't enjoy it as much as when I just go, you know what, I'm just going to go pick up the hoop because I just really need to move. I just need to move my body. Then I really, really love hooping. And then I love to hoop to learn something new so that I can share it. You know, like, it's quite interesting. I'm more inclined to go out there and learn something new if I know, wow, my students are really going to enjoy this. And then I'm driven to teaching it to them. And that's, you know, the thing. Okay, we've got 2 minutes left. So... All right. So the final question is, do you think that living your purpose means that everything will be perfect? Or do you think that you can still find yourself in a slump? And if you do find yourself in a slump, how do you unslump yourself?
I think we can go a little bit over time because this is needed a little bit more depth. So yes, just because we live a purpose-driven life, or I mean, it kind of came up for the first time last week, Thursday. So this is the first time we've really spoken about with each other as well. You're going to get in a slump. We get in slumps often, and that is just a fact of life. Everyone, it happens to absolutely everyone. You can be the most overwhelmingly positive person, and we know a few of them actually, and they are just these balls of light, like bouncing all over the place, and it's amazing and almost frightening to watch at the same time. But we have been fortunate enough to know those people well enough to also see them in their down moments. And seeing that is seeing that the slump is a very human thing.
I like that. It's very human.
Yeah.
The reality is that doesn't matter what you as an outsider are seeing, you got to understand that those people, they work hard to be where they are, and they love what they're doing, which is why they have so much energy and they are so positive. But this is life, you know. We're all going to end up in a bit of a slump now and then, and that's really okay. Like, and you know, in those moments, it's like sit in that slump and be like, well, I'm slumping right now. Just make sure that you give your slump a deadline and say, well, I'm going to slump for a day, and tomorrow I'm going to not be in a slump.
I think we're enjoying the word slump a bit
Yeah,
too
like the
much.
slump. It's because it's from
The places you'll go.
Unslumping yourself is not very fun, but unslump yourself you must. Something like that. Yeah, anyway. I also just think that perfection is a perception. You know, you can't. What's perfect to one person is not perfect to another, and people say there is no such thing as perfection. It's just that it's how you perceive it. And I also just think that for every high there's a low, and the lows are so important because they teach us to be humble. They teach us that we have so much more to learn, and they teach us to appreciate those awesome highs. And the highs are there to show us the unimaginable awesomeness of life, you know, because we can be bombarded by so much negativity, but life is really beautiful. And the highs also show us our true potential. Look at what I can actually achieve, you know, this is amazing. Wow. And then also it gives you the courage to keep on thriving when you are in those low points, because you can look back and go, oh wow, you know, there was that high and I really did it, I achieved it, it was amazing, and I know I can do it. So it gives you the courage to keep going. Hello.
Hi.
So that actually brings us to the end of our discussion, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed it and that you find some value in it. Basil and I are just, I guess we're at a point where we're really passionate about sharing with you what we are going through on a day-to-day basis, a weekly basis, our discoveries on our journey, whether it's in the hoop or in business or, you know, as a couple. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. And we have one last question for the audience, so you guys can think about this. And it's, is there a golden thread that has been feeding your soul in various passions that you have had? So looking back when you've gone, I'm really passionate about this, or I think this is my life purpose, and then it changes. What has been that golden thread? Because therein lies your gift. That's, yeah, what I think anyway. Show us the bump. Okay, you know what? Whilst I have the bump, I will show you the bump.
I think we should show the bump every week.
I'll show the bump every week.
Yeah.
Because it's a week later, right?
Yeah, we can literally have a recorded progression of the bump.
I will.
So right now...
I don't know if you can see that because it's all dark.
Yeah, you can see
There's
that.
the bump. Getting bigger. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool guys. So to end off, we are going to announce the winner of the Mother City Hoop Convention.
So we had
full day tickets.
Quite a lot of entries, and thank you everyone for entering. It was really, really cool to see the just the post kind of getting out there and going wild. It was awesome.
It was really amazing. So thanks to everybody for entering, and the winner was chosen purely, it was completely random.
As it always is.
Basil said, I didn't know what the numbers were. Basil said, pick a number between this number and that. And I walked into the lounge and I looked up and there were 2 light bulbs on. So I said 2. And number 2 is Tony.
Tony thought great.
Yay, congratulations.
Well done.
You have won a full day ticket to the Mother City Hoop Convention, and we are super excited to have you there. And well done to everybody else for entering. Tickets are on sale, so get them soon. Yeah, there's 2 weeks to go before the
1st of April.
1st of April, and we'd love to see all your beautiful faces there. So that's all.
That's us signing off. We will see you next week, if not Wednesday.
At class. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Lots of love.
Bye.